flying high at 60,000 feet on the very cusp of outer space. He is strapped in and ready to dive bomb the pernicious peddlers of the pornographic politic. So run for cover. It's the Fred Dryer Radio Show. Incoming! And now, here is your host, Fred Dryer.
Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I am, in fact, your host, Fred Dryer, sitting behind the XR71 microphone.
I like that XR71 mic.
Well, it is. It's XR71 Blackbird, and we're cruising at 10 times the speed of sound, which will make it right around 8,000 miles an hour. And we'd be going faster, but I've got my foot on the front brake, and so I just want to make sure that everybody knows that you're in good hands here. We're traveling fast and high on the very cusp of outer space, and dive bombing the pernicious peddlers of the pornographic politic, as the man has said, and. There's an awful lot of things going on in the world today. Every single day since I can remember paying attention to the news as a young man, there's always lots of laughs to be had at the expense of, unfortunately, the American people. But this is campaign fever we're in, Mike. And we've got
it's a campaign fever.
We've got an awful lot of things going on between Newt and Romney, and it's going to be a lot of laughs. You know, I was in my backyard. As I
you like to spend a lot of time in your backyard.
I'm in my backyard.
You get in the tree.
I'm in the tree. I'm in the
tree.
And I take my cigar up there, and I sit in the tree, and I smoke my cigar, and I ponder.
You flush the ashes just down at the base of the tree.
They go off, and every once in a while the hummingbird comes by and takes a puff, and he's out. Okay. But I'm there, and my neighbor Tom comes out, and so
your new neighbor, the guy you finally introduced yourself to, right?
No. We've known each other. We were friendly for an awful long time. I'm friendly with my neighbors. The one that used to live next to me was a hockey player for the Kings.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Phil Tockett.
Tockett, yeah, they traded Rick Tockett. Rick Tockett, yeah.
Yeah, Phil too, but I mean, it's actually
Phil, he was his brother.
So he was there for a while, and we used to talk through the fence, and I had no idea what he was saying. Everything was A.
Well, because his teeth might have been removed or something, because they get hit a lot of times in the face guard.
You can.
That's good.
Yeah. So I'm talking to him, and the subject of who is your favorite, Supreme Court justices came up.
Really? That you started talking to Rick Tockett, and then you started shooting the crap there, and so you said, "Who's your favorite Supreme Court justice?"
Yes. So
who was yours?
So anyway, I got talking, and I said, it's got to be the anti-American, ACLU trifecta. It's got to be Ruth Bader, Mrs. Bates, Ginsburg, and Sonia, Louis Prima, Daniel Noriega Sotomayor, and batting cleanup is Elena Lou Costello Kagan, and there you go. Thanks, Lou. And so by the way, if you've ever wondered, where Rachel Maddow came from, it was a successful cloning of Eleanor Kagan.
Really? Who was it?
Yeah, Elena Kagan.
Yeah,
I think it came off the thigh. The inner thigh was where they pulled the graft.
Maddow, that's the graft.
And 6 months later, you've got a walking, talking liberal.
That's very good.
And but it's a lot of fun. But there's a lot of things to talk about, and we're going to get into them as the show works along. I can't believe that we were here a week ago.
I can't either.
Gee, the time.
We got to start doing a daily thing.
The time is just rocketing by. Of course, you're at 60,000 feet, and it's really cold up here. We got the flashlights.
But time slows when you're up at this elevation.
And you got to, and at this break, I think